gendered, sexualized Guanxi.
The arena of male bonding, shared masculinity.
How can I participate in such a world of men as a woman, young, urban, well-educated?
The thesis disclosed a gendered and sexualized dynamic in the instrumental Guanxi based on an ethnography study of white-collar workers in Shenzhen, an urban city located north of the border with Hong Kong. The notion of instrumental Guanxi refers to a means of achieving tangible benefits in the workplace through purposefully built, enduring, independent relationships. Compared with other Guanxi studies, the thesis complements the gendered and sexualized perspective by critically incorporating the concept of erotic capital. As for the existing literature on gendered work in China, the thesis provides a unique focus on Guanxi. Unlike the existing scholarship on intimate labor, it shows that intimate labor is not pre-designed for a certain type of work only, and argues that all jobs are potentially intimate because of the prevalence of Guanxi. The aim of the thesis are, fill the lacuna of the gendered and sexualized aspect of Guanxi studies, provide a feminist critique to the business practice of China by scrutinizing the gendered and sexualized work, enrich the concept of erotic capital by contextualizing it in the patriarchal heteronormative setting of urban China, and explains how the erotic capital of women is inherently dialectical, empowering and disempowering at the same time. The study is broadly focused on female white-collar employees born after the onset of China's economic reform, and women who work as marketing executives in particular. The concept of erotic capital is incorporated into the theoretical framework of gendered and sexualized Guanxi deployed in the thesis. The discussion of erotic capital in the following chapters is integrated into a resource theory of social exchange. The thesis addresses the question of how women's Guanxi strategy is different from men's. In doing so, the study examines the male-centered standardized routine of Guanxi in part through a detailed analysis of banquet and post-banquet activities that usually involve women as subordinate erotic gifts. The first type of women in Guanxi. The discussion goes on to identify an additional full ideal type characterization of women as equal Guanxi participants, navigating instrumental Guanxi by deploying different strategies associated with each type. The types are the pseudo-brothers, rational legal professionals, the unreachable desired, the unspoken rule followers. The thesis then discusses the blurred boundaries that distinguish these five types of women's Guanxi participation strategies by scrutinizing the power interactive nature of erotic capital and ways the endorsement of erotic capital in the workplace interact with the structural constraints that stem from gendered norms and family expectations. Erotic gifts, pseudo-brothers, rational legal professionals, the unreachable desired, the unspoken rule followers, all the same.
Oh well, sometimes the men, they drink a lot. I know they have to toast each other all the time and say all these very complimentary things to each other. But I drink with them. I drink more than they do. I can make everybody drunk, but I'm still sober. So I'm considered a very reliable business partner, I would guess. She's totally our goddess. When a woman can drink, she can easily be the center of the banquet. But you know what's even crazier? Some women even go to post-banquet activities and pay for men's sex workers.
Erotic gifts, pseudo-brothers, rational legal professionals, the unreachable desired, the unspoken rule followers, all the same. Oh well, every time I go to a banquet, I always wear very appropriate, non-revealing clothes to avoid giving men wrong signals. Well, sometimes I just don't go to dinner at all. I have all the business done in lunchtime. Guanxi is for the stupid ones without capability, but I am a woman standing on my own
capability. Not Guanxi.
All the same.
Well, other men, they accompany elite men to play, and I just play with elite men myself. Sometimes I don't even need to add them on
WeChat.
They just add me themselves after checking my photo. When the clients tell me that they like me, I reply that I don't want to be one of the mistresses that will pass in their life, but their best female friends that will always be there. This type of Guanxi is even deeper than the one provided by sex.
One day I was late, and that's reported to Zhang, the manager. I was requested to write a letter of self-reflection, but in the end I wrote a letter complaining about bureaucracy. He summoned me to his office. But guess what? He studied philosophy himself, and then we ended up talking about many things for 3 hours, day after day, weeks after weeks, and one day we just did it. Yes, the company changed attitude toward me, but not worse, better. There were green lights and privileges everywhere, and to be honest, I was very addicted. Then when I moved to Guangzhou, I had another relationship with an elite man, but at the same time with a businessman. I got both money and privileges at work.
Erotic gifts, pseudo brothers, rational legal professionals, the unreachable desired, the unspoken rule followers.
All the same.
To sum up, the agency given by erotic capital and the erotic gift type of women who use their internal erotic capital are similar, in that both can offer tangible advantages for women. However, elite men play the dominant role in the interactive exchange of erotic capital, since men determine its success. Since one of the fundamental characteristics of Guanxi is to act accordingly to hierarchical relationships that give guidance to Renqing, the mechanism of gossip in Guanxi should also be examined through the ways they operate in various different relationships. Before Guanxi with elite men is established, gossip functions as sexual control over some women who can swiftly change to the rational legal professional type. Nevertheless, if Guanxi exists and is publicized, the regulative power of gossip will be eliminated intentionally by the gossipers. I also discovered the self-disciplinary power created by the discourse of the importance of forming a family and not being a leftover woman, which encouraged them to voluntarily change their strategies in instrumental Guanxi. A fact that encourages a vision of their agency, even though they typically experience subordination. Erotic gifts, pseudo brothers, rational legal professionals, the unreachable desire, the unspoken rule followers. Erotic gifts, pseudo brothers, rational legal professionals, the unreachable desire, the unspoken rule followers. Erotic gifts, pseudo brothers, rational legal professionals, the unreachable desire,
gender,
the unspoken rule followers.
Sexualized Guanxi.